Welcome back to the Labor Lounge, and thank you everybody for rocking with me. Today we're going to be talking about Ozempic, the TikTok trend that's taken the world by storm. The controversy behind it is Ozempic was created to be a type 2 diabetes treatment, but yet because of its side effects, it's one of the easiest ways to lose weight on the market. This is what the people are out here saying. So we've got people out here taking the type 2 diabetes medication, and they're looking for the side effect of it, losing weight. So today, what I really want to get into is what's the real cost of taking Ozempic as a weight loss supplement when it's something that's meant for type 2 diabetes. That's what the FDA approved it for, but what it's being used for is something that we need to talk about. So we'll get into this video and we'll share our thoughts.
These days, it's the talk of TikTok.
I just start dropping pounds up.
The topic Ozempic has over 300 million views,
Being on this medication has helped me tremendously with my health.
with scores of users crediting the drug for their weight loss success. Ozempic is a drug you inject that's meant to improve blood sugar and help manage type 2 diabetes. But because one of the side effects is weight loss, many are using it off-label, a trend that may have started in Hollywood. Talk show host Andy Cohen even recently tweeting, "Everyone is suddenly showing up 25 pounds lighter. What happens when they stop taking Ozempic?" Since Ozempic's gone viral on social media, some doctors like Nancy Renama say they've been flooded with inquiries.
It's become something very hot and heavy in Los Angeles, Beverly Hills.
Ozempic's active ingredient, semaglutide, works by making you feel full longer. Doctors say it's similar to Wegovy, which has been approved for weight loss by the FDA and is produced by the same manufacturer, Novo Nordisk. When we asked the company about people using Ozempic to lose weight, it responded in a statement writing in part, "We do not promote, suggest, or encourage off-label use of our medicines." The company adding Ozempic and Wegovy are not interchangeable. However, the FDA tells NBC News healthcare professionals can choose to prescribe drugs off-label when medically appropriate. Anna McKenna has documented her 45-pound weight loss journey with Ozempic on YouTube.
Interestingly enough, it has been my easiest weight loss attempt and my most successful.
She agrees that Ozempic isn't a magic pill, adding her side effects have included headaches and fatigue, a price some may be willing to pay for weight loss.
So there it is. Ozempic. It's the talk of the town, right? It does have some side effects outside of just being weight loss, right? Headaches, fatigue. Now, according to the article, what they're saying is that Ozempic helps you feel fuller for longer. Ultimately, that sounds like it's just putting you in a calorie deficit, and it's also helping you control blood sugars. But like the one thing I heard from this is the fact that using the Ozempic for weight loss, it's easy, right? And we all love things that are easy, especially when it comes to something as sensitive as losing weight, right? It takes work to go and to lose weight. You got to think about your diet. You got to think about the exercise you put in. You know, all those things that you think about, all the things that goes into trying to lose weight. Now they have this drug, which is meant for diabetes, that you can just inject, and it gives you those things that just helps you lose weight. You know, people are showing up 25 pounds lighter in a short amount of time. It sounds like the magic pill, but ultimately you're putting your body through something that it doesn't necessarily have to go through, right? I would encourage people to just go out, put in the work, because to me, it sounds like it's just the keto diet in a syringe. That's what it boils down to. You're controlling your blood sugar. Well, keto, you control your blood sugar. Fatigue and headaches, you know, in the first 2 weeks of keto, you might have those type of symptoms, right? But the difference is with keto, you got to put that work and effort in. Whereas if you go ahead and you get Ozempic, you just stick yourself and it gives you those results. Now, my question would be, what other effects is this having on your body, right? I would be afraid to just put stuff in myself into my body that I don't know exactly what it's going to do. What other side effects are going to pop up? Is it going to mess up my organs? Is it going to stop me from being able to process sugar naturally? It's just a lot that goes into it. The other question is, which I think is the elephant in the room, is if this is meant for diabetes, I would assume that it has to be prescribed. How are people getting their hands on this and they don't have type 2 diabetes. How could it be approved for diabetes, but yet doctors are approved to use it or to prescribe it when it's medically appropriate? Well, if you don't have diabetes, what else would be medically appropriate? So these are the elephants in the room. I don't have the answers for them, but let's open up that conversation because it sounds a little bit crazy to me. Now, with that being said, too, what is the other hidden cost of Ozempic being used for just weight loss? Well, I got another little clip that's going to show just a little piece of that. So here we go.
How's everything since our last visit?
Good.
Good. How are your blood sugars going?
At 62 years old, Jacqueline Smith has had diabetes for most of her life. She was diagnosed at 25.
It's been my companion for a while.
Through the decades, she's learned to cope with the condition, figuring out what works and what doesn't.
A lot of things can go awry, which in my case it did, because I actually had a kidney transplant in 2013.
6 months ago, things changed when her doctor, Dr. Archana Sadhu, an endocrinologist at Houston Methodist, put Jacqueline on a new medicine called Ozempic.
Ozempic works for me.
For Jacqueline, it was life-changing.
It helps control my insulin perfect.
She was ecstatic, finally feeling herself for the first time in 40 years.
And then you get to the place where it's just snatched away from you.
In a study with Ozempic, a majority...
But now, and for the past few months, getting her hands on Ozempic has been, at times, impossible.
I think where we really took a real turn in this whole story is when the drug was being used off-label.
Off-label means when a doctor prescribes a drug for a different purpose than what the FDA approved it for. Through TikTok videos and celebrity shout-outs, Ozempic has become widely known as a weight loss drug.
Certainly, when they are promoting the drug for those indications, it legitimizes the rest of the public to use it as well.
And you may lose weight.
But the reality, it's approved for diabetes, and the side effects can be serious.
Make sure your benefits outweigh your risks, first and foremost, so you do no harm to yourself.
Those using it just for weight loss may not understand
nausea, vomiting, severe reflux in some patients.
The true risks.
More serious side effects, though, are pancreatitis, which require hospitalization.
Did you do labs this morning? Because I didn't see any labs.
No, I didn't do labs.
Jacqueline is 2 days away from needing a refill.
I needed to live. I don't need it to lose weight.
And each month, finding the drug in stock is a struggle.
I hear backlog from everyone. We're waiting. Do you know when? So they can't give me a time.
So we have to substitute other diabetes drugs immediately for patients because their blood sugar levels will rise, and they will rise significantly.
The hope is more supply is on its way, but for Jacqueline, it can't come soon enough.
It's very important. Those who are abusing it, please stop.
So there you go. This is the other hidden cost of Ozempic being used off-label, right? People who actually need this drug and they're already on it, they having a hard time finding it because it's being used for a weight loss supplement. Now, it's not a surprise to me that this trend started in Hollywood. I'm sure somebody who needed to be in shape for a movie figured this out, and they got all kind of access to doctors who will do anything for them. But you can see how this trickle effect just continues to roll downhill. The young lady in this last clip that we just saw, she uses this to actually treat the intended purpose that it was made for, yet she's having a hard time finding it. And what doctors are having to do is give them something else, because you can't let someone go on and let their blood sugars get out of control, because then that snowballs and escalates into something even larger. So, I mean, it's a little irresponsible to me that we have so much access to it to use it, what they say, off label, just do the work. I encourage people, I know it's a little bit harder, but you can get out here and you can achieve results. It's just going to take a little bit of effort on our part to get out here and actually do these things. It's possible. I'm one of the people who thought it was always impossible. I thought that I was just going to have to be nearly 400 pounds my whole life, and that was just my burden to bear. And then eventually I got intentional about what it was I was trying to do, and I was able to achieve results I never thought I was able to achieve. And in my case, I didn't have to do the extreme cases of using off-label drugs to do what I had to do. You know, I had a support system around me. I was self-motivated. I got out there, I put the work in. And the most important thing is whatever I started, I just put the time into it. I didn't give up on it when I didn't see the results the next day. And that's really what it boils down to, that mental strength that it takes to get out here and achieve results. It's very possible.